What if the Earth could actually speak? I mean, not through data charts or scientific reports, but with the voice of a mother. A heartbroken mother. Well, today, we're diving into a poem that does exactly that. It gives our planet a voice, to share its sorrow, its warnings, and a pretty desperate plea for us to finally listen.
And right from the jump, the poem hits you with this. It's not some abstract entity talking. It's a parent speaking directly to us, its children. And that one simple choice, personifying the earth like this, it changes the whole game. This isn't going to be a lecture. It's a personal, emotional appeal, and it sets the tone for everything that's about to come.
So this first part, it's pure sadness. The tone isn't angry, not yet. It's this deep, weary grief. Before any warnings, before any calls to action, the earth is simply mourning what it's already lost. And that's such a powerful way to start, right? With this kind of elegy for a world that's just slipping away.
So, what exactly has been lost? Well, this isn't just some abstract idea. The poem lays it all out for us, giving us this detailed sensory list of its fading treasures. It's painting this picture of a really vibrant world that's now becoming nothing more than a memory.
And this is where the poem's power really sinks in. See, it's not throwing numbers or statistics at you. Instead, it's all about these simple things we can all relate to. The feeling of fresh air, the sound of birds, the sight of a sunset. This stuff makes a huge abstract concept like environmental loss feel so tangible, so personal, and just incredibly real.
And then bam, the focus shifts. We pivot from the loss of the past to this real fear for the future. The sadness isn't just about what's gone. It's about this terrifying idea of a future that's completely empty. Our planetary parent is looking ahead and asking this agonizing question. When your descendants get here, what will I even have left to give them?
That question, that fear for the future, that's the big turning point in the poem. The whole tone shifts. We go from this quiet, personal grief to like a full-blown planetary emergency. The Earth starts detailing the massive, systemic crisis it's now up against.
So here, the poem points a finger at a major cause, but look at the language it uses. It doesn't call global warming a scientific concept. It calls it a curse. That one word is so heavy. It suggests something unnatural, something almost evil, has been inflicted upon the land.
And to show us just how big this curse is, the poem starts giving a voice to different parts of the planet. We hear from the Himalayas, these ancient, giant mountains, who are now just watching their own glaciers vanish. It's like the mountains themselves are crying out.
The crisis keeps going, and now we're talking about the planet's lungs, the rainforests. The way they're described as actively shrinking, you can almost feel the planet struggling to breathe, this sense that its vital life force is just fading.
Wow, this question is just so powerful because it gets at how the most fundamental rules of nature are being broken. The land itself sounds confused. Looking up at the sky and wondering why the basics don't work anymore, you can really feel that desperation.
Right, so these huge planet-sized problems, they don't just happen in a bubble. The poem now shows us how they create this massive, devastating ripple effect. It's a chain reaction that ends up touching every single living thing.
And here, the poem gets to a key driver behind the whole crisis. It's talking about the incredible strain that a rapidly growing human population is putting on its systems. From the Earth's point of view, it's a mother just struggling to provide for a family that keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And this, right here, is the central conflict the poem is describing. You've got a system with a limited supply of resources on one side, and on the other, you have this ever-increasing demand. The land itself asks, how could I differentiate to give less or more? The whole system is just being pushed to its absolute breaking point.
And this is where it gets really real. This isn't some far-off problem about melting ice caps anymore. This is a direct, vivid consequence. Habitat loss is forcing wildlife right into our world, into conflict with us. The problem is literally showing up on our doorstep.
You can just feel the exhaustion and the sorrow in this line, can't you? The voice of the land just sounds so weary from the sheer scale of the loss. It's not just the tigers, it's those beautiful birds, those common pets. The extinctions are happening so fast, they're becoming too numerous to even count anymore. It's an irreversible tragedy.
Okay, so we've heard the sadness, we've heard the warnings about the crisis, so what's the point of all this? Well, the poem's voice shifts one last time. It moves past the grief and into its ultimate purpose, a direct, urgent, final plea for us to do something.
This line is like the poem's chorus. It repeats, it hammers the message home.
And it's not a suggestion, it's a demand that's just born out of desperation. And the simplicity of it, that's what makes it so incredibly powerful.
And what's so brilliant here is that the poem isn't giving us some complex 10-point policy plan. Instead, it's this beautifully simple 2-step call to action. It's about 1, sparking our intention, just the will to do something, and 2, firing up our ingenuity, our creativity to find some ways. The responsibility is placed squarely on our shoulders.
And that's where the poem leaves us, not with a statement, but with a question. A question that's both a really hopeful goal and a monumental challenge. It's the voice of the land asking us, its children, if we have what it takes to restore the beauty that's been lost. And that's a question this explainer is going to leave right there for all of us to answer.